Hey there, boys and girls, the YouTube world. More second channel stuff. We're out here on a road trip with the Skylark here. We're Watertown, South Dakota, about 100 miles from home. We're at Kriscraft. I don't know if he goes by Kriscraft Performance or Kriscraft Race Cars or Kriscraft Fabrication, but it's run by Chris Dorneman. He used to be my neighbor in Watertown, known him for about 15 years, and he went into off on his own. He used to do this in his garage in town. He's been doing this for probably 4 or 5 years now. He just put up a new barn, and then a tornado came through and messed her up pretty good, but he's gonna give us the old nickel tour. He said he's been driving that 99-02 for like 8 years and with 0 oil pressure. Maybe he changed the engine out. Maybe that's why he's got oh no, I thought that was an engine crate. It's connect to shelves. All right, let's see what he's doing. Oh, 1320 video. He's fancy. Yeah, it's all straight line stuff that he does in here. Maybe some street rod stuff, but no roundy round stuff. Oh. Dang. He's doing the high end stuff. Nova, come here. You're so angry. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, right.
Long time no see. All right, how long you been doing this?
Full time, like going on 6 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Time flies.
It does. Yeah.
And in this shop for not quite a year.
We moved in Thanksgiving weekend.
So,
Yeah.
almost a year.
Yep.
How old's Nova?
3.
She does not like chin.
Quite the guard dog.
Real tough. Is Hot Rod still around?
No, hard rod down.
R.I.P. Dang it.
Yeah.
That dog lived a pretty full life.
15 years.
Dang. That was a good
Yeah.
life.
We didn't think she was going to make it that long. She was going to be the replacement when she was 3, and then hot rod made it another 2.5 years. So.
Too stubborn to kick the bucket. So is it a super coupe or just a...
It's an aero coupe, yeah. Well, it's got an aero coupe part.
What's an aero coupe?
The turbo, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just call them a super coupe. You're hiring too. Where do we send the applicants?
Just tell them to come on.
Swing on over, grab a welder. So what's going on with this? Does it get an LS? Or is it, oh, you putting one of those...
This guy's a diehard Ford.
You put a Godzilla in it?
Twin turbo Coyote.
Same thing. Cool.
It's gonna be like a very serious, kind of a street legal drag car, kind of a race week kind of a thing.
Full, is it getting a tube chassis then?
Well, it's got to fit rules, so it's still going to have steel floor pans, but from pretty well here back, it's going to be tube and carbon fiber. And then these were very popular, like pro stock cars, so you can still get like carbon hoods and carbon doors.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Like new stuff or?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they had molds for them for all the pro stock era, so you can get all that stuff yet.
I've never looked at one of these up close. They got kind of a nifty grill. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Swanky.
But they're pretty much a box body underneath.
Yeah, that's what I always... Because they use the same drivetrain as all the Fox bodies too, right?
Yeah,
and then the underpinnings.
Smorgasbord of parts, so like the struts are like SN95 stuff, and it's whatever, ARs and stuff are weird.
You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you kind of got to piece it together. But this one's going to be a 4-link in the back now, like a true 4-link, versus like the factory triangulated deal.
Sure. What's this, 66?
67. Same deal. So this one we did a mini tub on it, and the frame is in process. But
Are those fabricated?
so
Wheel tubs or?
a company called ABC Performance makes a really nice, like factory style mini tub kit. So it comes with all the frame parts you need to modify that, and then the new wheel tubs that look OE, but they're 2 inches wider. So then you can still run a back seat, and you're all said and done. It still looks normal.
Yeah.
This guy, he doesn't want to do anything to the outside of the car. because his kids beat it up all the time. So we put a whole new floor front to the back here in the car without wrecking the back of it.
That's an all new floor?
Everything, yep, all the way up to the front. And then
So this is looks like it was a pretty nice car, but the floor was...
really not bad. The floor was gone, like gone. So, but he doesn't want it to look any different on the outside. So we're trying to save it as we can.
Was this a run and driving car when you guys got it?
He did drive it for a couple of years, but same deal. It's going to be a twin turbo LS.
Oh.
You know, what everyone does anymore.
Yeah, just boring stuff.
Cookie cutter deal.
Cookie
So his kids could be
Cookie cutter. Yeah, you're not going to look at my car then because we're peasants.
It's honestly getting to be that way. I call them cookie cutter, but you do the LS swap, overdrive training, vintage air, Dakota digital. I mean,
It's kind of what you do.
they just work really.
So you don't just strictly do race cars. You do some...
No, we do a lot of just updating. Yeah. Like the GTO over there, that's been in the family since the dad bought it in high school. Yeah.
68 to 72. I'm not a
68, yeah.
Pontiac guy.
We're putting the Tremec 6-speed in it and updating.
The Kraggers are going away, aren't they?
Going away.
Good deal. Good deal.
It's gonna stay a Pontiac powered, but it's we're putting poly on it, like the sniper system, and just mainly updating it.
It's getting a Tremec, you said? That's cool. It's a pedal car.
Yeah.
Ooh, it even had the hood tack.
Yeah, getting that updated.
Yeah, she's starting to show her battle scars.
It is, but this stuff's fun to drive because it's not like you're scared to drive it.
Right. Yeah.
So that's kind of getting to be a popular thing. It's like this car, we're going to drop the frame out of it and everything, powder coat the frame and redo everything underneath, and then just pop
Disc
the body
brakes and
back
all
on
that.
it. So that's honestly getting to be a really popular, because then people can drive them.
Your no bodywork thing is rubbing off on everyone.
Yeah. And my no Kragger thing.
That's moving on up, right?
Yeah. This thing looks full on race car over here.
Full on race car.
What's this? That's big block?
That's yeah.
You got to patch that in a little bit. That's not supposed to be there. Oh, well, JB Weld,
Yeah. Oh, we're good.
patch her up.
Slide it on the floor.
Oh, you got one of these fancy bead rollers for doing your tubing? Yeah, swanky. So is this a Chevy too, or is it a Nova, or is it both? Some guys get all excited. Oh, it's a Chevy too. No, it's a Nova.
Yeah.
Full tube chassis, obviously.
Yeah, this is a full-on race car.
That's a lot of tire,
Yeah.
and not much 9-inch.
No.
Where are you getting rear ends from?
Rebuild them.
So you can build us a 9-inch for that Chevelle or for that Buick,
Yeah.
so we can get some tire under there other than a 215.
Well, that's just the wheel selection. What year is that one again?
66.
So like that kit there, which did it, and then you can put a 335.
So we need to cut out the wheel wells.
Just everything, yeah.
Just everything. Okay. All right.
It's totally worth it.
So you guys buy like the housings or buy all the components and then.
Buy a housing and then we'll put everything else separate from there.
Oh, it's got a. Oh, HT. I don't know. I thought it was Mickey Thompson. But it's got an aluminum center section. Yeah, that's way fancy for us. 350 ratio. That'd be about right. Oh, it's got a quick performance center section. Nice. Disc brakes, all the good stuff. Man, we can't even compete with the Super Coupe. Maybe the Fairlady. Duff's way cooler than you, Nova. That's a lot of swing set material going on in there. A little jungle gym action.
Monkey bars.
Monkey bars. Yeah, there's a lot of TIG welding going on there. A lot of rod. Just doing your standard twin turbo LS thing. This Fairlady was a coworker of mine. He passed away and his wife wanted it done back up, so they got that in the shop finally. He's had this car around for quite a while. Yeah, last tagged in 98. There was a kind of a project when he got it. This is a Datsun, so old Puddin would be all over it. It's just the wrong color for him. And this is a 50, no, 60 to 63. Little C notch going on there. That's the same Fairlady that.
It's going away today finally because it has to. I said it's either leaving or
It's leaving.
Put it in the storage shed, so it's gotta go somewhere.
It's going to somebody else.
Yeah.
Fairlady is going away.
Yep. Probably for sale.
Oh?
She doesn't really want it anymore.
She's over it. Runs and drives?
It actually runs really well, yeah. Yeah.
What's the hole underneath the door for? Is that for the jack?
Jack.
For race car stuff.
Yeah. When it weighs 75 pounds, that's just the easiest place to do it.
Right. It's crude, but it works. 60 to 63 short step.
Yep. Another one of the cookie cutters.
Twin turbo LS?
No twin turbos, just
Oh.
LS.
Just boring.
But all new suspension and everything under it. PC, digital.
You forgot to put the notch in before you painted the frame.
So this guy's really good about getting things painted and interior put in before we get cars. So then
Oh,
it's always
this is a return customer?
Yeah. Yeah. He has a really nice 37 coupe that we did, but he did the same thing. It was like a 90s build, and then he had it all painted and like a $20,000 interior put in it, and then brought it to us. So then we undid.
Just what you want to work around is really nice paint.
So it makes it.
What's this frame for then? One of the cars that are.
For the El Camino that's outside.
Oh! Joe Dirt stuff.
Yep.
Oh, so you got the frame all painted, and now you're going to put some tubular control arms and a fancy cross member and all that in it.
Yeah, and I just pulled it out because they give you different pockets for the top. It's going to have coil over in the front.
Shaved firewall. That's nice.
Yeah, it should be a pretty truck. These things are getting really popular.
Yeah, I know you called me looking for a cab for one of these.
I did find one.
Did you?
And it is rock solid. And
Nice.
It's been sitting along the highway for like 10 years.
But on a truck or a pickup?
Pickup. Yeah, up in South Shore.
Just up the road.
Just hanging out. Yeah.
Cool.
Literally, it has one little pinhole right there. It's about the size of a nickel. And that's the only rust.
This one's been fixed, obviously.
Yeah.
Pretty common, yeah, like you said. Yep. This getting, the El Camino getting
So yeah, the frame.
LS.
Yeah, LS with the, whatever, the Torque Storm supercharger thing, you know. It's a newer company.
What do you think of the Edelbrock E-Force superchargers?
They're all good depending on what you want. The Edelbrock stuff doesn't make nearly as much power as like Magnuson's and stuff like that, but
Yeah, it's for like a 07 to 13 pickup or something.
Yeah.
Guy bought it, never used it.
you know, I mean, they're okay. They all add power, so.
There's probably a better option if I want
There's
to.
nicer ones out there, but
Gotcha. All right. What's the Chevy 2 Nova getting? Big block?
it's a 598 big block.
Oh, this is a baby.
Yeah.
Little guy.
Couple kits of nitrous.
A couple nitrous's. We got a Firebird Camaro.
Camaro.
Oh, boring.
This is another drag and drive car. It's going to be pretty well like stock interior, but it'll have a lot of roll cage in it. But it's going to still be leaf springs.
Is that for like a class type deal that he's doing that, or just?
Yeah, people just like to try harder at things, so
Make it worse than that.
we've built a little S10 pickup though.
Where it had like this much frame?
Yeah,
It had the spring pockets was about it?
that's still leaf springs though, but it's been 440s in the 8th at 160 some mile an hour.
In the 8th?
Yeah.
Because that was for a class deal. Like you had to use this much of the original frame.
So if you keep like leaf springs, you can take 50 pounds off. And blah, blah, blah.
It's a game.
Yeah.
Is this an aftermarket front end, or is that something you guys did?
Smith Racecraft deal here. They make it so it's like you can just bolt it on any car, kind of a thing. But then when we do the chassis and stuff, then it'll get integrated in with the rest of it. This one's going to be a twin turbo big block. Should make 2,500 to 3,000 horse. These street car.
2,500 to 3,000.
Yeah.
Are those like turbos the size of your waist then?
No, really you can do a lot with them anymore. Be like a twin, probably 88 millimeters, so something comparable to like bigger diesel trucks.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And 2 of them. Gotcha.
Twice the smiles.
Twice the smiles. Had a cage in it at one point already, it looks like.
Yeah, the way. So we're cutting the whole floor out of this one too, and then we'll build the cage to it, and then drop the car back down, and then put the floor pan back.
Tie it all together. Yeah.
This one's been. It's actually pretty. Solid.
Same deal, not doing the body on this one? Or?
He's getting this one painted when we're done.
Oh yeah.
The floor pans are actually pretty solid in it, but they've been
Cobbled and cut up.
played
And
with too many times. It saves you money in the long run if we just start over.
how do you like your Evolution saw?
Saws are great, but table sucks.
Table is like a Harbor Freight.
I thought I'd try it once because it's made by Evolution too, and it just isn't that great.
It's got a lot of adjustability built into it, but
Yeah, if you want to like take it to a job site, it's kind of a thing, but that's what we're doing.
that's where.
Saws are awesome though. I'll buy them all day long.
Yeah, that's what everybody says is good things about them. Maybe someday. Then you got some boring Corvette with a laundry on the back.
Yeah, it's a stock bottom end LS, out of the vet yet, but it's got a,
Looks like there's something on the top though. There's a hole in the hood.
some 88 millimeter turbo. Intercooled street car deal, makes 1,000 wheel. Not
Streetcar.
Not cool
That's not even that much.
anymore. It really isn't.
It's just. There's the tubing bender. Bead roller. Is that for doing AC? Charging AC? I suppose you're doing a lot of vintage air stuff.
Yeah. More and more of it, that's for sure.
Ooh. Tell me he's leaving that paint job.
I know he's getting it painted black.
Ah, boring. It's like 4 or 5 Chevelle.
65. It was old race car things.
I was gonna say it. Looks like there's some.
I've never even seen them before. So it's a Vega front end, but it's a JFZ brake kit. I've never ever.
No longer in
I don't believe so.
demand, supply. That's a Vega? I've heard of steering boxes, but I've never heard of.
So they back halved it, then they front halved it, then they decided to middle halve it. So there's a lot of like questionable activity going. So we're straightening out a bunch of that.
A lot of Lego stuff going on, but it's got QA1 shocks, so
Yeah.
got that going for us. Yeah, there's a lot of quilt patchwork going on there,
Yeah.
but they're kind of leaving it.
Yeah. I got all the really nasty stuff out of it, and it's pretty strong now.
Is there any stock frame rail left? Is it all-
No. Well, that's nifty. You can just unpin the tranny cross, member, race car stuff.
Quick change transmissions.
So this is kind of how the rest of this is the frame out of that Chevelle. So
Okay,
there you can see
had to
how-
move the frame in to get the.
So basically, you keep the inner side of the frame, the factory frame rail, and they give you plates that go in and box it all up, and then you cut there's an outside plate that goes on. You gotta cut the spring towers out and then convert it to like a coilover in the back, but it's a nice way of doing it without getting like race car-y.
Yeah, the average guy could do it at home if you really.
You gotta drop the frame out of them for sure. But
Yeah.
it's
You don't have to have a tubing bender or nothing. It's kind of a
They
kit.
send you all the parts you need to do it. They send you. It's a very nice.
Did you guys do the boxing plates here?
Yep. which I would recommend that too. It's like, you know, if you have a wagon, and I think El Caminos were the only two that were factory boxed, and it's amazing how much these frames like belly out.
Over years they flex.
And even when you, I mean, the body of the car actually holds the frames together way more than a guy would think. So I would highly recommend that part of it if you're doing it like this far down.
So get a hold of you for a kit, right? So you guys got all that drawn up so you can sell those boxing plates?
No, same deal. It's at ABC.
Oh, gotcha.
He makes a lot of nice stuff for these things.
Gotcha. There's your carpentry work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Access holes.
Good time.
What's the size of this building?
60 by 120.
Just big enough.
Yep.
What's going on with the Z28?
It's got an LT4 swap in it. So it's pretty much a whole dropout out of like a 2016
Camaro?
Camaro. So it's a factory supercharged deal.
Those take up a little bit more real estate with that supercharger, huh?
Yes and no.
That's like,
They're pretty flat, honestly.
but it's like right up to the bottom of the hood. You don't have a.
Yeah. So like that would be somewhat comparable to like that E-Force deal,
Okay.
as far as like how much power you can realistically.
It's reliable,
Yeah.
because it's factory
So,
stuff.
like with this setup, it'll make probably, if you put a different pulley on it and stuff, it'll probably make 700 wheel, and that's going to be about it. But this is direct injected and everything,
Oh,
so it's not.
These come with that displacement on the van. You gotta take all that out.
We usually take it out if we do anything with them. This one I don't believe has it factory. But like all the 5.3 stuff, we just, or 6.2, any of it, we just get rid of it.
gotcha. Hopefully they're just leaving the body on this one.
Pretty much.
That'd
Yep.
be cool because it's like chalky.
Still has this, it's got the 6 speed out of the
Oh,
air and everything in it. So
does somebody make that tunnel hump?
that is a hump for a, can't remember
Oh,
when we did it.
You guys
It's an
kinda
automatic
grafted it in?
hump. Well, it's a factory hump for one of these cars, but
that looks.
we made it fit the tranny, and then there's that shifter assembly is kind of cool. So they
Moves
some
everything
of the
back.
Tramics you have multiple locations. Well, this one you don't, so it makes like a extension, and they make them like 4, 6, 8, and then it's a pretty cool little billet piece.
Yeah. Another pedal car.
Mm-hmm.
I even kind of dig the wheels on it. It kind of has the vibe.
Same deal. This one's got all new suspension under it and everything.
These things are starting to get pretty popular.
Anything anymore. Any 80s cars, they're all.
Oh, but it's got the rear defrost though. Oh, it is got the louvers over here.
This is the Bandit antenna.
It all is based off the whatever popularity is now. Whatever these were new when we were.
The guys who are at like retirement age, this was like the first new car they ever bought. Yeah.
It's almost the Bandit car, and it's from
Bert. Well, that and I suppose these guys are getting close to retirement age, and then nobody can afford those cars, so these things are the next.
Honestly, they all cost the same.
at this point.
When they show up here, yeah, you guys.
You're buying all the same parts. It's just what you're putting it on.
Well, but the body, you can buy these bodies a lot cheaper than you could buy a '69 Camaro.
Yeah.
But then you could probably buy a new '69 Camaro body cheaper than you can patch up one of these for.
Yeah, I don't know. So we got a Camaro next door that we put every panel on it, but the roof, firewall, and the front floor pan in one door. Otherwise, everything else is new. And we got about the same amount of money into that one as like a Dynacorn body.
Just buying a whole
But I've talked to guys that have got them too, and they say they're okay, but they're not done either. So you gotta spend a bunch of time and money making everything fit there too. I think I'd still rather keep an old shell and fix it versus.
And then you got that going for you that it's OEM, it's original.
Yeah, and
even though there's not much.
And you still got to make all the gaps fit right. So
yeah, they were never that
make it do that
perfect in the factory.
No.
This is all the fab equipment in the corner, huh? That is a huge belt sander.
I was gonna say that belt is massive.
Calvert had that? Yeah, I picked up a nice. You were always telling me how to get a disc sander, like you bought that Harbor Freight one. You love it. I finally found like an old OEM one. Yeah, and that thing is so quiet and smooth and.
Then once you get one of these, then you'll be like, ooh.
Yeah. I need to buy a forklift to move it first, though. Yeah, and then when I got my Powermatic, which is quite a bit smaller, that thing's life-changing. I don't use it a ton, but when I do, I'm like, this thing's so nice.
It's kind of like this thing, like, though if you didn't have it, it's like...
Yeah, this by far was the best steal of a deal you ever got for doing what you do. That's a pretty nice
this is another one
race car.
Since he was in high school, just always been in his family type of deal. It's got all the EFI on it and everything now.
Big block.
Yep.
Is this a street car, or judging by the helmet in the back and lack of a passenger seat, not really?
Good. I mean, it's streetable now with the fuel injection and whatnot on it. So, I mean,
Yeah. It's still got a frame under it then.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually a very, very stock for what it is. Like, it's got ladder bars on it, but it's got the whole stock frame under it yet. And, I mean, it's still a pretty...
Yeah. Judging by the fuel line coming out here, it's pretty...
That's the vacuum pump.
That's what I mean. It's the same thing.
Little thing.
Vacuum pump for pulling the
Crankcase.
gases out for the catch can.
Nope. So it helps with like ring seal and stuff.
Race car things.
Yep. Makes it so they don't leak oil.
Oh.
Vacuum.
So I just need a vacuum pump on all my old crap.
Yeah, it's like a PCV valve, only better. It just works all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a belt-driven PCV. There you have it. I don't know how streetable it is with that tiny little radiator, though. It's
like when you run on an E85 and stuff.
runs cool, or alcohol or whatever. Okay. Totally streetable. Get it.
Yep. Honestly, like the Holly makes all of this stuff just work.
Not a paid actor. You heard it. There you go.
Yeah, but it does. I mean, like the E85 deal now, we put like flex fuel sensors in them and stuff, and literally once it's programmed, you can put whatever you want for fuel. And either if you're in Timbuktu and you can't get E85, it'll pull timing, or like on the boosted stuff.
So you got options. It's not like you're tied to it and like, oh, I can't get away from. I got to have an airport close by to.
Or like if you use a factory ECU and stuff, it really complicates. You can still do some of that, but it complicates it a lot. So.
Yeah, after just driving this car here, I'm like, I need fuel injection on everything in my life. It's so nice. Just. Well, then that Holly setup, like we can watch throttle position sensor, the transmission gears,
So like I said, it's cookie cutter deal, but you get a Holly and a Dakota Digital, so they'll have a BIM module, it's called, so you can plug it into the Holly, and they make it for other ECUs too, but that's just what we always use. You plug it into the Holly, it's got one CAN bus cable that goes to the Dakota Digital, and anything that the Holly reads automatically goes.
So you don't have to have two oil pressure sensors, two temp sensors.
So really, I mean, once you're done with that, then you've got to add a fuel sender and a couple miscellaneous deals to the Dakota Digital, and you're done.
Yeah.
So then you don't have all this wiring up underneath the dash.
Cleans it all up.
It used to be a deal, but everyone's always so scared of the wiring on the EFI stuff, but anymore.
It's all plug and play. You can't really screw it up.
So easy to do it, yeah.
I even did it, so that's how easy it is. You saved my bacon on that pressure transducer.
Yep.
Because I would have never even played with it. It fired up and it ran, but I only had 14 pounds of fuel pressure, the way it was set from the box.
Okay.
So then having that thing hooked up, I turned it up to 45, and I mean, I don't know. I would imagine it would have gave me issues at some point, but
well, it's just trying to tune around it.
yeah. No, that was a good call. Is this a street car then?
Yep.
It's probably pretty loud.
It's really not that bad.
It's not that bad.
On the passenger side.
Yeah.
Turbos are very good mufflers.
Really? They quiet them down?
Yeah.
Just the whistling you got to deal with. Minor details.
Miles.
Oh yeah, that's a sharp car. Just a boring small block with fuel injection. Pro Max heads.
Yeah.
I don't know that we have room in the Buick for it.
It's got a sniper on it.
We just shim it up with a bag of Quickcrete. Is that what we got going on there?
The guy brought it here.
Chrome water pump, chrome thermostat, oh, chrome alternator. Look at all the good headers, yellow and red plug wires, my favorite.
That's an all-in-one package.
What is that bell housing? Hydraulic clutch.
Came with well, it's an LT style T56. So they
Oh.
work weird. So they're like a polar clutch instead of like a traditional.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got a different setup in it. We ended up going with an LS and then a newer T56. So this one's just going to be sold.
It's just junk from the trailer.
It's got a fancy Power Master starter on it.
It's actually got a lot of decent
Some,
parts.
yeah, some ARP bolts, and yeah, like I think somebody. My favorite, clear plastic oil pressure gauges.
Just a little time bomb waiting to happen.
What is that? Is that a Summit carburetor? Oh, it's a Holly. Oh, it's just a Summit fuel filter. Oh, red distributor cap. Oh, so much good stuff.
Matches
The bell cover.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's this, yeah, it all screams.
Performance.
Yes, performance. Well, thanks for the tour, Chris.
Yeah. Thank you.
Someday when I can afford cool race car stuff, maybe I'll. How far are you booked out?
I don't really need race cars. I do everything.
8 years?
So it depends what it is, but if it's like a full car, we're probably a year and a half, 2 years, I'd say.
So you're busy. It's good.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it.
And if there's any legitimate people that want to move to Watertown
And work?
That's
And have a skill. You have to have a skill.
yeah, and they're willing to learn.
Where do we go? Is it? It's just Kriscraft Metalworks.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Fabrication or race cars or Metalworks. Kind of makes sense.
We don't build boats, so. Not yet.
No, yeah.
No boats.
It's, if you get one of those little fancy.
Jet boat or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. We'll do it.
I'd like a jet boat.
I do. I'd like to ride in one this month.
They do really look like a lot of fun.
But it's kind of like a jet ski. We've each had
Yeah.
those. And they're fun
Been
for
down
yeah, they're fun for a summer, and then you're like, yeah, over it.
Yeah. Put an LS on it.
All right. Until next time.